Every week, a new band. Brought to you by NZ On Air. Active Live! Yeah.
Kia ora koutou katoa no mai haramai. Welcome to the show. You're here on Radioactive.fm 88.6 for Active Live, with big thanks going out to our friends at NZ On Air Music. Today we have the wonderful Goodnight My Darling. We have Maxine, Mitch, Toby and Kim in studio with us today. Kia ora team, thanks for being here.
Hi, Harri.
Hi, Maxine. Great to have you in here. It's been a wee while.
It has been, I think, maybe a year.
Maybe a year, yeah. And we've got the full band here as well, which is very exciting.
We do, so excited.
Yay. And a huge congratulations to you for releasing The Empress, the new single. Very exciting.
Thanks.
It's first released since the 2022 self-titled album, is that correct?
It is, yes.
Cool.
It's taking me a little bit to get going this year, I must say.
It's taken us all that, you know? I think we all feel that.
Yeah, but we're rolling.
Yeah, exactly. We're moving through, and it's an awesome single as well. Can you tell us a bit about the process of creating this single and recording the song?
So I wrote this song in May this year. I don't want to give too much away, but I kind of feel the vibe of it encompasses Divine Mother or the Empress, or this very strong feminine energy. I kind of like to hide away and write, and so I took myself away to a little cabin in the countryside and wrote while it rained and rained and rained, and the song came from that period. Yes, I work with this amazing producer. His name is Toby from Tiny Triumph Recordings, so we worked together on the recording for that.
Shout out.
Ben Lemmy played in place of Kim on the drums, and it was mastered in Germany by Robin Schmidt.
Amazing. A worldwide affair with some wonderful Wellington locals as well. It's great that we have Toby here in the studio with us as well. Kia ora, Toby. Thanks for being here. Can you tell us about how you two came together and your working relationship came to be?
So I studied at Massey with Mitch here on my right, and at with you as well, actually, at the Bachelor of Commercial Music's first intake.
Good times. And
Toby was working for Massey at that time, so that's how we initially met during a period of living in Berlin through the pandemic. I got in touch with him. I had a whole bunch of songs, and I was trying to think of who would be awesome to work with, and Toby was the first to spring to mind, so I sent him scarily my little demos, and he said he loved them. So yeah, that's how it all came about.
That's awesome. And you're not the first person who said that Toby's the first person they've thought of when recording in this space, I will say.
He's a very humble person. He's very calm and positive and easy to work with, so I'm very grateful.
Awesome. And I think you can hear that ethos in the song as well. Like, it's a very calm, beautiful something. I think that's something that echoes throughout all of your music, actually, is that kind of sense of calm.
Oh, that's really nice to hear.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
And I want to ask you more about the song, but shall we hear it first before I get into it?
Yes, let's play.
Wonderful.
She stares at me from behind closed doors. Spirit of the witch surrounds her heavenly, trying to break free and move forward, turning and twisting around and round, hoping one day your feet will touch the ground. We were at sea, caught in a rip. What does it mean to let your heart slip? Breaking once free, just to return. Cycles of grief, hard to unlearn. Turning and twisting around and round, hoping one day your feet will touch One day your feet will touch the ground, turning, turning and twisting around and round, hoping one day your feet will touch the ground.
Beautiful. That was stunning. Thank you. For those of you just joining us, we have the wonderful Goodnight My Darling in on the Active Live today here on radioactive.fm. It's a beautiful song. The lyrics in particular, I think, really stick with me. There's some really interesting themes in there, things like climate change and grief. Can you tell us a bit about how, you came up with these themes and the themes you visit throughout?
I think I mentioned before that there was a lot of rain. It was actually when those floods were happening earlier in the year up north.
Right.
And then, I don't know if you've heard of this book, Oe by Becky Manawatu.
I definitely have.
Have you read it?
No, I haven't, but I've been meaning to.
Yeah, so shout out to that author. She is incredible, and that book I highly recommend. It's a great insight into some of the problems in Aotearoa, but it's fiction and heartbreaking, and I was writing this song at that time, so some of that is in there.
Beautiful. There's almost a heartbreaking quality in this song too, actually. I definitely feel that theme running through. I hear also you were inspired by a bit of Mark Rothko. Can you tell us a bit about that artist and what inspired you there?
Yeah. I love his paintings. Well, actually, my partner introduced me to him. And yeah, I think I was looking through a book of his work and I wanted to write a reflection on a piece of that. So a couple of the lines in The Empress are from a poem that I wrote as a reflection on his work. Sometimes I write in that way where I pick and choose things and they amalgamate together and then the theme becomes clear through that process.
It's a very interesting process. I'd love to touch on that a bit more. The idea of creating art and creating, say, a reflection and then reforming it into a song. Do you write as sort of a stream of consciousness concept, like you just write things down, write a reflection down and then use it later? Or do you have intentions behind that? Do you know it's going to make it into some sort of song?
Usually stream of consciousness, as I find it extremely cathartic to write and release emotions that way. And I think if I've ever tried purposefully to write something, it feels a bit contrived and forced. So yes, the first option A, Harri.
I love it. And the name of the song, The Empress, was that inspired? I know you were mentioning before kind of concepts to do with tarot, and I know that there was a tarot card potentially involved in that. Can you tell us about the name of the song?
Oh yeah, of course. So Mitch on my right here, he gave me this amazing deck of tarot cards last year for my birthday. And no pressure for this year's gift, Mitch. It was such a great present. I love it. It's got a whole lot of traditional fairy tales and mythologies. So each card is a character from these mythologies. And the Empress, I can't remember her story, but she's a Spanish mythology, and she just encompasses this woman, divine nurturing energy. And I must have pulled the card sometime around then. I thought, oh, it's perfect fit for the song. So that's the story behind that.
Beautiful. What a gorgeous sense of inspiration there. Now, this song also has had a video come out very recently, about a week ago. Is that right?
Yes, last Friday.
Congratulations
Thank
on that
you.
one. Tell us about how the concept came to be. It's a beautiful, dreamy driving video. How did you come to conceptualize that idea with the song?
So my partner, Will Hadwin, is an artist based here in Wellington. He works a lot with different mediums, and one of them being film. We've done a couple of music videos together, which is one of the great things about our relationship, bouncing these creative ideas and utilizing each other's strengths for free. But it's
Very
also
helpful.
it's very fun as well. So we like I mentioned, we went to Berlin through the pandemic, and we're getting more and more settled here as time goes by. And I said last year, hey, I really want to go back and see our friends, because I feel like that time in my life didn't have very good closure because of the pandemic. So we were lucky enough to be able to afford to go over this year to Europe. And on the way back, we have a good friend in LA who's a filmmaker. And so we went and we visited him and made this video together. Conceptually, it's all Will, and Tyler Burke is his name, based in LA.
Amazing. Again, another international enterprise, this. It's quite cool.
Yeah, just very lucky. I feel, so lucky to have so many awesome creative friends, and sometimes they're in different spaces, so utilizing them is awesome.
Yeah, beautiful. Now, I love the phrase, the Hollywood dream with a twist, which I've seen referred to throughout references to the music video.
Mm-hmm.
What about that phrase sort of caught your attention and is something you wanted to showcase?
Yeah, I like people to be able to listen to my songs and watch the videos and put their own feelings onto them. So if you're someone that likes to observe art this way, just close your ears for a second. The idea of, I guess, climate change running through the Empress, we thought a lot about using water, and we ended up going the opposite and using the desert. And I guess showing this falling away of the current world into what could be. So we shot in the desert, and we had me in a really nice car with an old school Hollywood kind of glam look, but there's no one around, so it has a post-apocalyptic vibe.
It definitely does, and there's some slight industrial spaces used in that as well that I think really add to the poetry of the whole thing. It's quite beautiful.
Yes, it's very beautiful. It's on YouTube, everyone, so please check it out.
Go and check it out. Generally speaking, I think there's quite a cinematic quality to your releases. Do you find cinema to be an inspiring medium for you?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm really into cinema. Will as well, so I guess that influences the visual elements of Goodnight My Darling.
Amazing. Yeah, it really comes across in the music too.
Yeah, Toby's cool.
Toby is cool. I can vouch for that. Speaking of Toby, should we get into another song?
Sounds great. We're going to play the Carriage next.
Amazing. Yeah, active listeners will definitely be familiar with this one.
Okay, cool.
Love is a dangerous thing. and you stayed. Some say dead ends sadly. Some say danger is sweet. Wandering star, where did you run to? Wandering star, I wish I did know you. Wandering star, we'll always love you. Just breathe. My addiction shows my maturity. My affliction tells what you meant to me. Oh, but my heart went one way, and you stayed. Some say dead ends sadly. My addiction shows my maturity. My affliction tells what you meant to me. Oh, but my heart went one way, and you stayed. Some say dead ends are bleak. Some say danger is sweet.
Stunning. You're here on Radioactive.fm. We have the wonderful Goodnight My Darling in the live room with us right now. So that song is from your 2022 album. Have you noticed, or what have you noticed about your relationship to this project since the release of that album? I'm really keen to know if you feel like it's changed in any way. I know you've been working with this project for a while. Have you noticed anything change since that release?
Yes, so I feel like I want to get a little bit more cheeky and playful. That's my main kind of evolving feeling for the project. And we'll see how that goes.
Cool. Yeah. When you say cheeky and playful, how do you see that manifesting through the songwriting, through the performance? What medium?
I guess a bit of both. So the Empress, if you listen to that in comparison to the Goodnight My Darling debut album, it's got this kind of swampy country feel. And the releases to come, we're working to make that happen, I think. Hey. Yeah.
Cool. What do you do to make that happen? Is it part of the recording? Do you kind of like play around in the recording process? Is there some cheeky pranks going on, or I don't know?
Well, we had a big change, I think, last Monday. We were working on a song and it had quite a Goodnight My Darling vibe, indie rock, Wellington student radio vibe. And then I was listening to it on the Sunday and I thought, no, it's not quite working in the way I want it to. So I went back into the studio with Toby and we completely stripped it back down and worked it up again from the bottom. But yeah, I don't know how to verbalize that process. I guess it's just listening and saying yes or no, or let's try this.
It's very intriguing. Yeah, it's a thing you feel as opposed to articulate, I suppose.
Yeah, I like how we've been adding in a few more random things. So the next release has some keys in it, which sounds, I don't know how it sounds to you, but
Hey, we're excited to find out when it comes, you know.
awesome.
That's awesome. What was the biggest thing you learned while releasing that first album there?
I love my friends, but
Aw.
I already knew that.
Beautiful.
I guess how much work is involved and how you need a team, and that Wellington's amazing that there's so many people that are willing to give their time to creative projects. Yeah.
We are very lucky to be in such a creative city. I totally agree.
Yes.
Awesome. I see Baby's made an appearance here as well. Your beautiful
has.
guitar. Can you tell us a bit about your relationship with the guitar that you have?
She's missing a few knobs. She feels too good for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm the reacher. Is that the thing? Yeah, reacher. She's the settler. Yeah, I got her as kind of an elaborate gift to myself. Yeah, I've never had a lot of money, and I got a little bit of inheritance, so I spent it all on music. Yeah, and so that's her story. Baby's one of my grandmother's favourite characters from Dirty Dancing, so that's why she's got that name.
Beautiful. And she is gorgeous. I don't think either of you are settling. I think you're both
Thank
the
you.
reacher. Is that
Thank you.
Does that work?
Symbiotic relationship, maybe.
Yeah. Gorgeous. And now, gig-wise, you've got a gig with Greta O'Leary coming up in Old St. Paul's. Is that right?
Yes, indeed. So we are playing on the 9th of December at Old St. Paul's. Greta O'Leary and I are co-headlining. We've been working hard behind the scenes to make it a really special event. I'll be playing with the band. They're really excited.
Amazing.
Yeah, we'll be doing some filming. We've got a few special treats.
Ooh.
And please come.
Amazing. Have you played with Greta before in any lineups?
No.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
First union of the two of you.
Yeah, I think it'll be really nice.
At a beautiful venue too, I think. Perfect for your sound.
Yeah, so pretty.
It's going to be gorgeous. And for my final question today, because I see we are running slightly short on time, what do you hope listeners take away from listening to this single?
I hope they feel good and happy and think deeply, but keep their hearts light.
Beautiful. Listen to that. That's a phrase for the next song, I reckon. Beautiful.
Do we have time for one more?
We do indeed. Yeah, we have time for one more song. I want to say a huge thank you to you all for being here. Maxine,
Thank
Mitch,
you.
Toby and Kim, thank you so much for joining us today. Please go check out Goodnight My Darling playing on the 9th of December at Old St. Paul's. That's going to be a beautiful time. And go check out The Empress as well. But otherwise, this has been Active Live. Thanks so much for joining us. Big thanks to NZ On Air Music for helping us out. What's our final song we've got playing today?
We're going to play Until I Return,
Beautiful.
just to go out with a bang on your Friday.
Hey, I love it.
Thanks so much, Harri.
Thank you so much for being here.
And Radioactive.
Yay!
And yeah, just one more thing. The tickets are for sale on Under the Radar.
Perfect.
So Goodnight My Darling, Greta O'Leary.
Beautiful.
My mind is on the brink of oil. I'm creating myself as someone I'm no longer.
Friday, 3:30. Every week a new band. In the studio. Brought to you by NZ On Air.